YouTube, and welcome to TimberValley Productions Live. I believe this is the first time, I know it's the first time I've done a proper live stream from the railway room. So before we start, I just want to put a couple of disclaimers out there. One, this is the first time I've done a stream from over here, so apologies if it's all a bit disorganised. As I say, I've not done a live stream from here before. Second of all, it's very cold over here, and because it's in a different building to the house, I don't have heating, so I've had to put a little fan heater on. So if you hear a really annoying noise in the background, that's what that is. And there was a third thing I was going to talk about, and I can't remember what it is. So it was so important I've forgotten. And I also want to say sorry for the late start. I was setting up a request for, who was it? A request for Vasjoni, or Vasjonia. I'm not too sure how to pronounce your name, so sorry about that. But you wanted to see the Akira scale manor with some coaching stock. So I've put one of the Akira scale manors, I think that one was Torquay Manor, on, and it was all DCC, and I had to faff around and find the DCC controller and stuff like that, because it's all been connected up to another layout, because I don't think I've shown this on YouTube yet, but I have got another layout, not just the one that you see here, but I do have another one. So I'll have a quick look in the chat. Apparently we've got 4 people in the chat, which is pretty cool, I can see. So I know Pete Transport and More, hello to you. Highbrook End Model Railway. I need to give you a big shout out, George, I need to give you a shout out to George from Highbrook End Model Railway. So thank you very much for your help setting up the stream and stuff before, because I'm utterly incompetent with OBS. So again, thank you to you. And Vasjoni's here, I'm here obviously, Pete's Transport and More. George says, can I see some of your 66s in a double header, and whatever behind them, I'll leave that up to you. You certainly can. They're DCC as well, so that's nice and easy to do. But I will run the manor for a little bit so Vasjoni can see his request. Pete's Transport and More says, anything for me please? What do you mean? If you've got a particular loco you'd like to see, or rolling stock, let me know. Otherwise, I can run something of my own choice. I don't know, it's up to you. Highbrook End says, I've replied to Anfield 3 times at least, and they aren't sending, haha. I haven't seen any messages you replying to Anfield, so apologies about that. George, I don't know why. Yeah, I can't see. So sorry about that. The other thing I wanted to actually mention was this camera down here. Where is it here? Let me focus on it. It is, should be that button. There we go. This camera that you're seeing from now is utter junk. It's an eBay Cube camera, eBay Chinese special, and I think it costs about £5, and it is utter rubbish. So it's been spent all morning glitching out at random points for absolutely no reason at all. So yeah, that really, I don't know why, but it was. So if it does glitch out during the live stream and I don't notice, put it in the chat, and I'll do my best to deactivate it and reactivate it, which is what I've had to do all morning. Pete's Transport and More says, you're quite quiet, or is it me? It might be that I'm quite quiet, because I bought, like literally about half an hour before this started, I got back from Argos with a Logitech webcam thing, and I believe it's got a built-in microphone, so it might be picking up through that rather than through my laptop, which I'm using for the streaming software. So I don't know which microphone it's using. So if I am really quiet, then I apologise for that. There's not an awful lot I can do. Anyway, this camera, it seems to be considerably better than the other one, as you can tell, because it doesn't look as if it's been pulled out of a nuclear bunker. Well, the video quality doesn't. So if I press that one, there we go. I can actually use OBS, which is a miracle considering I only downloaded it about a day ago. Anyway, we have got an agenda of stuff to do today, so I can find a piece of paper where I put it. So, we're doing lots of requests. I'm going to tell you a bit about where I've been and why there's been very little content put out. I'm going to do some more requests. Then I'll do a social media shout out and some more requests. and a bit about some upcoming content. And obviously, if there's anything you want me to talk about, pop it in the chat. I'm happy to talk about it within reason, of course. If you start putting nonsense in the chat, then obviously I'm not going to talk about it. Excuse me. And the other thing I wanted to explain as well is it's a pain in the backside trying to get across the railway limit to the other side. So if it takes me absolutely ages to do a request or whatever, I do apologise. I've got another layout in the middle of the room, which I'll come on to in a bit, and that's one of the reasons I haven't really been doing that much content. Anyway, that Akira Scale Manor is running round, and I should probably have a look in the chat. So, Hydrochem on the railway, no problem mate, it was useless doing the first stream as well. Well, you wouldn't know it because your streams are considerably better quality, considerably higher quality than this is, but yeah, thank you very much for your help before, it is appreciated. Must be Sky Wi-Fi being useless again. Yeah, to be fair, you should try our Wi-Fi with EE or something, it's absolutely rubbish, and then that's going to be in the rural area. So, there is that. Hydrochem says, you've got me thinking about doing a stream now, it's been a while. Yeah, that would be good to see there, excuse me, I can't talk today. It'd be good to see some more content from you, that's for sure. And Pete is supporting George. If I go to that one, there we go, you can see the back end of the Akira Scale Manor, and there is some freight stock in the sidings, and I have been slowly growing my collection of rolling stock. You guys and locos, you guys might not know, because I havenent mentioned it, or mentioned it in videos or shown it in videos, but I have been buying lots of stuff and I haven't really had time or got around to doing reviews of it. So there is some stuff on here that you guys probably haven't seen. Yeah, and there's been a few new additions. I might go over those later if you guys want to, and you can pop it in the chat if you're interested in seeing what they are. I'm just trying to remember if there's anything that you guys haven't seen, but I know there is. There's bound to be some stuff. I think that Black 08 and the H1 Atlantic in that, I think you can see them just about in that camera. There's an H1 Atlantic, a 3F, a 4F and a Black 08 that I don't think you guys have seen in a video at all. They're all relatively new. Anyway, go to there, because the manor is about to come past, and to be fair, considering how badly this performed when I first had it, this manor, it's not bad, like it's really good on DCC, because all that I've done is sent it back about 5 million times, but it's on DCC, whereas originally it was on analog, and it is considerably better on DCC. It's much smoother, you've got much more control. So I wonder maybe if Akira Scale did all their testing on DCC rather than on analog. I can't talk today, I don't know why, but yeah, right. What was it George wanted to see? There was a request that I was going to do. George says, can you see some 66s in a double header, whatever behind them, leave it up to me. So, what I think I'll do is, I've only got two 66s, I've got a 59, but I've got two 66s, both backup ones. I didn't place a pre-order from the Akira Scale one the other day, I promise. So, I'll get them on, and what would you like to see, guys? Pop it in the chat, if anybody is actually watching. Pop it in the chat and let me know. It depends which you can see modern stock, you can see freight stock, you can see the heritage pattern stock. I really don't care. You can put whatever you want to see, and I won't be able to show it all. But if I do it, change. No. Here we go. There you go. You can see just a small selection of rolling stock that I've got, but I've got absolutely tons underneath the baseboard in trays because I do. So, what freight stock would you like to see with the 266? Freightliner one and a DB one. You can go for realistic, all sorts. Pete's Transport and more, put your teeth in. Yeah, that would be good. It'd be nice if I could actually do talking without either going all the time or being able to mess up the words. If that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. If it didn't make sense, then I apologise. Hypercare Model Railway. I'll try and do a bit of filming over Christmas. College usually quite kind in terms of work over the holidays. Really want to get my landscaping cracked on now. Yeah, that's fair enough. I haven't had an update for ages on your layout, so it'd be good to see what's coming on with that. And if you want any advice with your landscaping and stuff, give me a shout. More than happy to help. You can see the results of my landscaping on the layout in the videos. Whether or not you think they're any good, it's up to you. What's he saying? There'll be plenty of transport, at least all Christmas tours come my way this time of year. Yeah, that's a good thing about living where you actually get lots of rail tours. You get a few where I am, but not too many, not as many as that as you do over there. So, I haven't had anybody saying what they want to put rolling stock behind George's, well, the 266s that I'm running for George. So, I'll give you another minute or two, and if I don't get anything, then I will run some J&As. I haven't run them for ages, the network rail ones, which you can see in that one at the back, the yellows, the yellow ones that are stacked up by my radio. Excuse me, I'm going to drink. So, there's the banner, there it is. What I've got to do a request is I'm going to get up from my chair, walk all the way around the perimeter of the room, and then I can go to the layout. Because I haven't really thought it through very well, and I've got a massive layout taking up space in the middle. So George says they'll be good, and Pete says he doesn't mind anything. So I'm now going to leave my computer, and you probably won't be able to see this very well because I'm going to have to walk all the way across the room. But I shall get the 266s running. Now one of them's got sound, and if you want the sound on, let me know. But I don't know how well it'll come across on camera, or if it will at all. So, something to bear in mind. And what will probably happen is, as I go to reverse the manor into the sidings where it came from, it'll probably all derail because of the couplings that are on it, which aren't the best. And because I'm now on the other side of the room, if one of you guys could please pop something in the chat to confirm that you can still hear me, that would be good. So there we go, stop the manor. So, George says give it a go. I assume you're referring to the sound, so I shall give the sound a go. I'll crawl underneath the layout to flip the sidings so that it can set back into them, which it's doing. Slowly, but it is doing. And you guys have got the prime spot there, so if it all derails, you get to see it. Sounds all good, says Pete, so awesome, thank you very much for confirming that. The other thing I should mention as well is there's quite a big latency or lag time on this. I couldn't figure out how to change it, but also the speeds for internet over here are abysmally slow because I've had to botch the internet connection, or bodge it, or whatever you say it. So yeah, that is just something to bear in mind. So I couldn't do it 1080p, it is on 720p the stream, but that doesn't matter because both of the webcams are 720p. And the manor's sitting back very slowly. There we go. That's stopped in there. Lovely. Right, we can pop these J&As on. These are Dapol J&As. I don't know if I've ever shown these in a video before, but they are very, very nice wagons. Very, very deep, very detailed, and they don't derail or anything, so they are very nice runners. There we go. On there like that. Good one. I've only got 5 of them, but then that is a realistic rake, because generally speaking, you tend to see these mostly in rakes of 5. And I think, I might be wrong, that they can be hauled by any operator, so there's no being realistic about that. So, move these round onto the other side of the layer, and then I'll switch the camera and then put the 66s on. And you might be able to see what I'm talking about then, because they are moved and you probably can't see anything now. Apologies, this is very janky, isn't it? Right, which one do you want? You want that one. There we go, you can see. So, which I'll put the 66s on. I've now got to walk all the way around the room, the edge of the room again. So what I'm going to do, I think the fastest 66 is the Freightliner one. So if I put the DB one on first, there we go. Apologies if you get a great view of my nose with this because of the angle that the camera's at. Right, let's couple them up. And then we can put the Freightliner one on. And as I should probably give you guys a bit of a warning. Like I said, it does have DCC sound. It's not the best sound chip ever. It's very, very tinny and very, very loud as well. So, headphone warning, whatever you want to call it, warning of sorts. There is going to be a loud noise, which there will be when I can get my controllers out. So, I'll select loco 6652, and then. Lovely, that's working. And then I want to go for 6632. I don't think I've done anything on DCC in a video before. So I use, in case you guys are interested, I use a power cab, if you can see that, and I use an extra Power Pro cab. So I can put the sound on. So if the sound goes, I won't be able to tell. So if the sound does go, please let me know in the chat, and I'll turn it off because it's not great quality. But I've turned it on now. It's got to go through the startup procedure, and that's a pain in the backside. Right, we're on. Can you still hear me? Please let me know as soon as possible in the chat. Otherwise I'll turn it off or something. If you can't hear me, I'll turn the sound off. There's no volume controls on it. For some decoders you can have a volume control. So I'll wait for some message of confirmation, and then I shall get it going. Yeah, you can hear me. Right, lovely job. Thanks, Pete. So, if I give the Freightliner one some juice. There we go, we're off. There we go. And I'll just make sure that it is in fact running properly, which it is. It's drawing an awful lot of current. That's it's all going well. George says can just about hear. So do you want me to turn it off? I can turn the sound off if that's better. It's all going wrong, and I'm going to come and put the split screen. There we go. You can see what's going wrong. It's basically just left all the wagons behind, which is fun. So I've now got to reverse it. Actually, is reverse. Forward. There we go. George says, well, actually, it's just his volume that's wrong. So, there we go. There are a couple of them. I don't know how well that worked. We shall soon see. No, not that one. Well, it hasn't. Oh joy! Don't you love model trains? That sound is doing my head in now, so I might turn it off. There you go, sound is off. just really tinny and doing me head in. Right, let's correct these wagons. And then, oh, excuse me, I've got to climb underneath the note. There you go. Right, the wagons are coupled, and then hopefully something might work. Oh yeah, I just watched myself climb underneath the thing, correct the wagons and crawl back out again on the live. How cool was that? There we go. It's running, it's moving. There we go. We're going. We might have just derailed, but we are moving. So. There we go. It's working. Right. George says, up to you. You can give it a couple of minutes. We can get through a bit and turn it off. You can mind. Right. Well, I'll put it back on. Right. There we go. Sound's back on. It's drawing 400 milliamps, which can't be that good. And if it gets annoying, and you guys can't hear me, tell me, and I'll turn it off again. So there you go. Let's have a look in the shot again. There we go. Hard look in says no, it was just the volume was too low. Turn the volume up. No, yeah, there we go. My advice for the day is if you want to listen to stuff, don't have the volume too low. No, they seem to be working, which is good. The downside with DCC is it's a pain in the backside to double head stuff. You've either got to have two controllers, or control the same loco on, control two locos on one controller, or do consisting, and consisting is not fun at all. So what I've done now is I've got two DCC controllers, one runs off the other, but it's two handsets, so I just assign one to one handset and the other to the other. And it seems to work alright, which is good. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. If you can't, pop a message in the chat if you can. And if you can't, then you won't put a message in the chat because you won't be able to hear me. How do I do it? Which one is it? There we go. We'll get a shot of them coming down the main straight. They are nice models, the 6060s by Bachmann. I did have a Happens one for a while, which absolutely trumped it. So a long shot. But the Akira scale ones are on the way, and I believe they are improved. Pete says just about hear me. Can someone else confirm? Can you hear me? And if you can't, I'll turn the sound off. I assume you can hear the 66. I don't know, haven't checked. It might just be picking up the 66 instead of me, which is not what I do. So I'm coming down the straight again. So, I might turn the sound off because it's getting a bit annoying. I want to talk about where I've been in the channel and stuff like that. And I don't believe that it's been 25 minutes, but it has. So now I'm going to walk all the way around the room again to go and turn the sound off. Right. There you go, sound's off. So, hopefully you can all hear me now, and I'll repeat what I was saying before in case you couldn't. So, when I'm back at my chair, which has collapsed, it's not this chair thing. Anyway, I'm back, and what I was saying before was these Bachmann 66s, where are they? There you go, just come out of shot. are really good models for the price, but Akira Scale have got theirs coming out, and I wanted to know if you guys would be interested in a review. I'm guessing you would, and I can compare it to a Bachmann one. I don't have a Hornby model, or a Limby, as they're called, because it's Lima and Hornby, but I've seen them and they're alright. Just to say it's sort of railroad quality, they're alright, but they're a bit naff. For the price, for not much more, you can get a second-hand Bachmann one, which is considerably better. I think, George, you mentioned that you're after a 66 a while ago, or something like that. Someone did, I don't think it was George or someone else that were Discords. But I can highly recommend spending your money on a Bachmann one over a Hornby one. But as I say, I've got an order in for an Akira Scale. If you guys would like to see a review, let me know in the chat or in the comments or something. Hypercane. Suppose the sound for the 66 isn't helped if you set it to bad decode by the fact that the 66 engine is high pitched in real life anyway. Yeah, that's it. It's one of the first commercially available DCC factory fitted sound codes. It's a Bachmann one, as I say. It's from 2005, 6, I think. And it's got about 5 sound functions compared to modern decoder. That's not very many. And it's just a really tinny speaker. It's not as bad as Hornby TTS. Hornby TTS, I've got a couple of TTS fitted locos. Well, I had one. I've got one. I've had 2, and both of them are very tinny and sound absolutely nothing like what they're supposed to. And that one is better. It does sound like a 66, but it's very, very shrill sound and loud as well. The Red 66, the DB one, that's a much more recent release. I think that's 2014. But that was DCC ready. I fitted that one with a decoder. In my Happens video, if you've seen it, that's what I use one of the decoders from. Anyway, as they are running round, I'll put it on the split screen now, so you can see both. I'll find my piece of paper of what I'm doing with it, because otherwise I would have forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing and I've gone on some tangent about class 66. Oh wait a minute, that's what I've done anyway. Right, so I thought I'd do a bit of an explanation as to where I've been and why there's been absolutely no content put out on the channel for, well, I do it in like a period of 2 weeks and then there's like a gap of 3 months, which is absolutely rubbish, and I'm not dead, probably much to a lot of your disappointment, but I thought I'd do a bit of an explanation. So I'll put it straight out there straight away, is my laptop, which I'm currently streaming from, but is no longer my main laptop, if that makes sense. I've got 2 laptops. The one that I'm streaming from is the one I had before, was utter rubbish, and it doesn't like the video streaming software, which is the video editor, sorry, that I use, which is Clipchamp, which is free. It's probably not the best editor out there, but it works, and if it works, I'm not going to complain. I was using Microsoft Video Editor and then they discontinued it. But yeah, the Acer laptop that I'm currently streaming from was absolutely rubbish. So I take a video on my camcorder, I get it imported onto a memory card and copy it across to my OneDrive or whatever, and it would take an age to do anything. And it's very, very memory intensive and it doesn't like it. The graphics on this are a bit crap. So it doesn't like doing all the video editing. It's got to convert from an MTS file. So it didn't like doing that, and then it made it take an absolute age, and it's a pain in the backside and very draining to edit a video. So that's one of the reasons I haven't done much video editing, and when I do, it'll be because I've suddenly found loads of motivation for it. And hopefully you guys understand that it's not easy to find motivation if the laptop that you use for the editing is rubbish. So that's the first reason. The second reason is I haven't had much time to edit videos or record them. So what I mean by that is I've been busy with a project that I'm not going to show you on here, but I mentioned it before. There is another model railway layout going on. If you are in the Hypercane Discord server, you might have seen it. I've got a thread in there, I think. But I am building another double O gauge layout. This one isn't going to be scrapped. But it won't be here forever. Well, it won't be in this current place forever. It's not being scrapped, but I need another layout, and I wanted another layout, an exhibition standard exhibition layout, to, funnily enough, exhibit. So that's exactly what I've been doing, and it's been taking up absolutely loads of my time. So I'm at a stage now where I think most of the wiring is complete. I've got 2 sections of track to wire up still, and then it's all done. And I can make some progress on scenery. So it's just taken me an absolute age to get to this stage. I've been working on it since about March, April time, and it just takes up so much time and space as well. That's why I have to keep walking around the edge of the room. It's right in the middle of the room. It's not a particularly big room. I've got this layout in the corner, and then I've got my desk is right next to the layout. In fact, where is it? This camera, that's currently on my workbench, which is right next to where I'm sat right now. But anyway, and it takes up time and space. I don't have the time to edit the videos because I'm working on that layout, trying to get it to a decent run, standard where it can run. And the space element is, it requires an awful lot of space to film a video. You guys might know, I don't know, some of you guys probably do a bit of YouTube, I know George does. Some of you guys might do YouTube videos yourself, but it is possible to get loads of stuff in a small space, but a lot of the equipment is quite bulky. So the tripod that I've been using, I don't know where it is, it's broken, but I don't know where it is, but it takes up loads of space. So in order to film a video on the layout, I've got to have enough space, about 4 foot on one side of it, just to put the tripod there, and then get all the angles set up. And then I've got to do my white background. It just takes up lots of space. And with this layout here, I don't have the space to set up loads of review sets, as it were. I've got some content, I've got some models on the way that I will be doing a review of, and it'll just be work really hard to do it. But anyway, as I was saying, going forward, there will be more content coming out. I've got a new laptop. It's much better than this one is. Excuse me, and it runs the editing software like a dream. So, editing shouldn't be a problem. The only other thing that's off-putting when you have to do videos is because I live quite rurally, our internet is very, very slow. So we struggle to get 5 megabits per second download. You know, some of you guys who live in towns or cities might think 5, that's really, really slow, but for us that's really, really fast. So we don't really get very, very fast upload speeds, so it takes an age to upload a video. So I'll try and keep the video lengths down a bit. You guys probably like that as well, because you can fit videos into a day or something like that, but I'll try and condense it down, but it takes an age to upload. So that's another reason why it's taking me quite so long to do all these videos. But yeah, so that's a bit about where I've been, and I will check the chat in just a second. But as I was saying, going forward, there will be more content on the way. I'll be at the NEC this weekend, this Sunday. I'll be at the model show at the NEC. If any of you guys see me there, I'll be filming. Excuse me. Please do come up and say hi. It'd be nice to put some faces to names or whatever. If you guys are there, I think it's £20 for a ticket to get in, and they say it's bigger than Wally, and Wally was more expensive. So I thought Wally was good value. That's going to be pretty good value indeed, and I'll probably end up slipping and spending lots of money, which is dangerous. I should have learned not to go near model railway shows at this point. Anyway, I'll be there, and there will be a video of that coming out. I'll try and do it same day, like I've always done with the Wally model line. I always try and do it same day, but usually by the time I get back home it's 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, and then I have to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours editing the video, and then uploading it and rendering it and all that nonsense. So it does take an age, but I will try my hardest to get it out on the same day. If I can't, it will be on Monday. But if that, there will be content, and yeah, that really. So I'll check the chat, and then we can do some more requests. So if you have requests that you want to see running around, locos, rolling stock, whatever, put them in the chat. I've got all sorts. You guys haven't seen any of this stuff. I'm about to go through the list of rolling stock. You guys haven't seen our videos. So if you guys want to see any of that, let me know in the chat. But don't think you guys have seen in videos the Black 08. I've got a Bachmann 3F and 4F, a Bachmann Class 70, a Bachmann H1. I've got loads of box vans and a couple of more coaches you guys haven't seen. A Dapol Class 59 you guys haven't seen in videos. A Dapol 68 you guys haven't seen in videos. I think you guys have seen my Bachmann 150 I've got. and I've got some Bachmann BYA/BRA steel buttons that you guys haven't seen in videos yet. So if you guys want to see any of those running, let me know, put it in the chat. I'll be happy to see them running. I will check the chat again. Hybroken says they're quite old. I should say that the videos from Church Frontal with Nigel goes in about 5 will be out tonight. When I've edited them, I'll have a quick tea. Enjoy your tea. He says thanks for the Discord plug, not a problem. And he's going to go and get some stuff sorted for tea and should be back in a bit. Again, not a problem. Enjoy your tea. But for now, I think, because I haven't had anything, if you want to see a loco or one stock run, put it in the chat. I probably won't be on here for too much longer, probably finish about 6:30 time. If you guys want to see rolling stock or loco, put it in the chat and I'll get it running. I'll give you guys a second for that. And then coming up later, I'm going to do a social media shout out for something that I've been enjoying, telling you guys a little bit about it, do a promotion on their behalf. I haven't been contacted or told to do this, it's something I've chosen to do. And then more requests, and I'll go through some of the videos that I've got coming up, and then some more requests if you guys are there and want to see the requests. Then let me know. But for now, we shall enjoy the 66s. And as I said before, it's a pain in the backside to do double heading with 36C, but when you get it right, it does look nice. You can't deny that. And those wagons are very, very good. They're not too expensive, I think they're about £30 each, which for a wagon, that is quite a lot of money. But at the same time, it's also not an awful lot of money. For what you get, that's really good quality. They're decently heavy, lots and lots of detail, they look the part, and they run fantastically as well. I've never had a problem with any of them. So, that is something cool. I like it a lot better. Oh, very, very nice. Let's change the camera. I can go to that one. You can see. No, that one. No, that's the intro. There we go. Oh, it's all going wrong. See the wagons going past there. That one. Look at a closer view. As I said, that camera is a really cheap cube camera thing off eBay that I bought for ages ago, thinking it would work in a wirelessly, which is supposed to, but it doesn't because it's rubbish. So it only works when it's plugged in. And that was initially, until, as I say, before 5-10 minutes before I started the stream, half an hour, however long it was, that was going to be the only camera. And then I looked at it and thought that's rubbish. And so I had about 4 hours where I was going through every single camera that I've ever owned, trying to figure out if it will work when plugged into my computer, and none of them did. So I've had to buy that webcam that you're probably viewing on. Not this one, that's the webcam. Had to buy one of them. And in case you wanted to know how dodgy this stream is, I will take a photo and I'll put it on my community page of how the camera's set up. But it's pretty balanced on the end of a Hornby box overlooking the layout, which says quite a lot about how well thought out and how well prepared I am for this stream. Yeah, so I don't think I've had anything saying what we'd like to see next. So I'll just go back to the chat. Oh yes, Pete's Transport and More says anything for him. So I can do that, yeah. So anything for Pete's Transport and More, who I don't think is in the chat anymore, but I can get some stuff running. I think what we can run, I'm just having to think, if you are in the chat, Pete, let me know, but I can run something else. I find something interesting and unusual to run. How about you can do the H1 with some Mark 1s or something, I don't know. And if you guys have enjoyed this stream, if any of you are still watching, let me know in the chat and in the comments, which will be underneath the video. And I might do some more, maybe. Might do a bit of a series, maybe once a month, once a week, twice, once every 2 weeks, something like that. Do a couple of live streams. Get some pre-recorded segments as well, so I can set up requests, do some more requests, and you know, it might be quite good if you guys have enjoyed. And as of course, if you've got any feedback, then please do let me know, because I always appreciate feedback, and there's bound to be lots of feedback from today. Right, split screen. Right, so I'll get these 66s off, and then I think what we can do is, my camera's frozen, let me turn it off, back on again, there we go, it's working now. So, what we shall do is get these 66s off, I can't speak, and then put something else on. And what we might do, yeah, H1 I reckon, because it's a nice logo, haven't done it for ages, and I've not shown it on the live stream yet. So, we should get that one's analog, these are DCC, so I've got to get these round, then I've got to change the controllers over and put the other one back on. So, we can do that. George has gone for his tea, I don't know if I mentioned that, I'll put it in the chat. Right, there we go. 66s have stopped. Turn the lights off that. Drawing 450 milliamps that was, with them on. It's a lot of current. Well, it's not a lot of current, but it's a fair bit of current, considering I was only running 2 locos. And when there's nothing on, it draws, what's that, 10 milliamps, I think. Yeah, 10 milliamps. Let's get these wagons off. They are nice, these Dapple J&As. I've heard that their IOAs are really good as well. And I will potentially look at buying some. But they are quite expensive. Like these, to be fair, they are all quite expensive. But if they're anything like these J&As are, then they'll be very, very good quality. And I'm prepared to pay for quality. This is demonstrated by my long-standing commitment to spending far too much on a Curascale product, which, as I proved not long ago, surprisingly they're not always quality. Like that's working. And we can get the H1, which is here. You can probably see me, so hello. Pop that on. There we go, that is on. It is a very, very nice logo, this H1. It's the one in the LBS Yumba, which is nice. And it gets on. They're quite uncommon, quite hard to come by actually, they are. And this one was in pristine condition when I got it. I think it cost me about £36, which, considering what it is, God, I can't get under the desk. It's a bargain, to be honest. Right. I'm not dead. I'm getting Clipchamp stock for the H1. A lot of you guys are going to probably be very disappointed about that. So, there we go. So, Mark 1s. This is not all of my Mark 1s, I've got more, but I don't want it to be too big of a load for it to haul. Which I'm hoping this won't be. It's just some Midland region. First two are some of the Hachette coaches. I don't know how you pronounce them, but they were with a magazine, and they're based on the Bachmann tourer. Right, I can stand up again. But as I say, they're based on the Bachmann Mark 1 tooling. They're not the same, but they are very similar. And they're alright. They look like Mark 1s in a Midland livery. But why is it not working? They are definitely not the best. Right, well that's not working. Give it a nudge. No. Doesn't want to work. That's fun. Let's figure out why. No. Oh, I can figure out why. Oh, fun and games. Fun and games. All the wires have come out the plug that I need to use. So there's nothing like a bit of botched wiring in a live stream. Oh, I hate wiring. I hate having to do it live as well. It's not live, not live mains electricity. I wouldn't recommend that. There we go. It lives. There we go, get it running. There we go, so that is for Pete's Transport and More, who said anything for him. You get the extra one. You also get a horrible shot of me just in the corner of your screen and some very bad wiring, which is always fun. Pete's Transport and More says, great, really enjoying it. Lovely, glad to hear someone enjoying it. Nope, wrong one. No, that's the intro again. Where are we? There we are. Apologies, I keep pressing the wrong button. Because I'm incompetent. Thank you, no problem. Not a problem. If you want to see something else running, put it in the chat. Hyperten says, sounded like gunshots. What sounded like gunshots? Me talking on the live stream. There's not any gunshots going on, I can assure you of that. There we go. I'm terrible at this damage control because I can't get used to the right there we go. Can't get used to the right button. There we go, and bang, and the train is gone. Well, I hope it's not gone. Because if it has gone, then what am I saying? It's called dead. I'm guessing that's a reference to the silicon. No, it started the intro, that's when it started. Ah! Hang on. No, that's the intro. Yes, I've planned it all out properly. I've got a technical issue screen. Thank you for watching, and some music I think probably started. And apologies for flipping through the camera before the outcome. It makes it seem feel very ill. But we are running the H1, which is I don't think I've shown that on the channel before. Bang, the TimberValley script again. Very true. Very, very true. And as I said, I'm at the NEC this weekend, so if any of you guys are there, when you see me, pop over, say hello. I'm always happy to have a chat with you guys. I've met a few of my subscribers around this but it's probably going to be a very expensive weekend for me. Because as I say, it's a model railway show, and whenever I go to a model railway show, I usually end up buying something. I can't recall a show I've been to where I haven't bought or spent some money. So, give you some idea of how I'm planning the weekend today. Now, speaking of slipping and buying stuff, my Curascale Peak Class should be here, hopefully, this time next week. I had an email from them that said it will be here by the 29th. So, hopefully, I'll have one in my hands to review on the 29th, which would be cool. I went for the Bluebell version of Bluebell review, which I think looks really nice. They did a whole range of them. They did like XCR, SR, all sorts. But the blue bar after it looked really nice, so I went for that one. And I wanted to get one of their J69 or 67s in the auction range, but I didn't actually get onto it. They're a bit more expensive, they're like 10 pounds, which is a lot of money. There you go, you got to watch it go around, and I actually got the right cameras. Anyway, the next thing on my list of things that I'm going to talk about, I can probably ramble on for hours, is social media shakeout. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have got Instagram, and if you do have Instagram, you might be aware of there's two people on there, one called Western Signalman, and the other is Empress Pack, and they do something over on Spotify and YouTube, Amazon and Apple Music, I think, and it's the model rail replacement podcast, and I just thought I'd give them a bit of a shout out, and probably guys over there if you're after some very high quality, usually, after a high quality sort of like podcasting thing, because I like to listen to YouTube videos and stuff in the background, I like to hear people talking. And the thing is with the YouTube video, it's got all the video, so I get sidetracked and start watching that. And so I thought, oh, is there a podcast? Because that's obviously 9 times out of 10 that's people just talking to voices from Model Railway. And there is, it's a Model Rail replacement podcast, and they do some very, very good content over there. It's just the two guys, they interview people, so they have like special guests every other week or something, I think they said. But it's really, really good, and I could highly recommend it if you want your Mondays, working up to release on Monday morning. So that is the Model Rail Replacement Podcast. They're over on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. I don't know, I'm not in any way affiliated with them, but I started doing a bit of a shout out because I like it. But you guys like it too. So, excuse me, having a drink. The camera started working now. That's always fun. Right. The next thing I'm going to do was tell you guys a little bit about what's coming up. If you guys have got any other requests that you want to see, so low code rolling stock can be anything. Make it as stupid or as realistic as you want, I don't care. Put it in the chat and I can run it. But I thought I'd have a bit of a chat about content that I've got coming up. Because I said, oh, it's taken me ages to do all this stuff and I haven't done content for months and stuff. It's not really an excuse, but anyway, I thought I would go through one of the content, or most of the content that I've got recorded, and ready to go for you guys, or not ready to go, ready to edit for you guys. And it goes back all the way to June, July time, I think, maybe August. Some of this content, but I've got, when they turn up, so these aren't recorded, I've got a review of Gear Scale 50s and the P-Class. I've got 2 Class 50s on pre-order. You guys, if you let me know if you want to see 2 reviews of one loco in each one for the Class 50s, let me know. If you guys want to just see one review with both, again, let me know. I've got those coming, and the P-Class, and I'll do reviews of them when they turn up. And I've also got some trip reports, which seem to be alright. I quite enjoy filming them. If I go on a different unit in real life, I'll film a bit of a review of it. So I've got trip reports coming up for the Class 158 with GWR, with Northern, so hybrid energy like this, it's up north. I'm sure we've probably got some other Northern than one of them, but I know George is from Yorkshire. So you'll enjoy the Class 195 review and the Class 155 review. They're both trip reports in Yorkshire. And also from Yorkshire, I've got a bit of a video from the NRF for you guys. I think when I get the content edited and uploaded stuff, it'll all be the same schedule as before, so 2 videos a week. So it might take a while for some to come out, because I've got everything to say, but they are all recorded. As I say, a trip from the National Rail Museum, and then I've also got some content from the TimberValley Railway steam and diesel drivers. And I have another question for you guys before I go. I'll go about 5-6 minutes, maybe 10. And that was, I've got some content that I recorded at the Ludlow Copenhagen Model Railway Exhibition this year, which was many months ago. It might even have been back in May. I can't remember when it was. It my question to you guys was, do you guys still want to see that content even though it's pretty out of date, or would you guys still be interested in watching? My guess is you're probably not that interested, which is why I haven't put it on that list, so I don't plan to release it. But if you guys want to, over with cameras frozen, if you guys would like to see that, let me know. That one, frozen with half a train. There we go. So that small USB port, the cube one, which I've just reset, has been absolute playing up like you can believe today. Pain in the backside, which seems to be alright. Put some photos before, and we just sort of literally out of home. Anyway, unless you guys have got any requests, and if you have, please pop them in the chat. I shall be heading out. So, we've got a couple of minutes to put some requests in. But, if you've got any requests, and if you haven't got any requests, then I shall go. Because I'd rather take all the spam. That's it. I very well realised when I started it that it actually clashes with the Sam's Trains live stream that he's got on Friday at 5 o'clock. But you know, that's why I set it for 5:30. But if I set it for 5:30, you get half an hour of him, and then you can join me for half an hour and watch the rest of the news. I should probably have done it later, what's it, 6 o'clock or whenever he finishes. Finish implementing to you. You're probably sick of live streaming. Now, I'll go here. Yeah, you can sit around. There we go, Hybrid Ken. Is that a Freightliner 70? Maybe there's hoppers and the camera on the right. It is a Freightliner 70, yes, it's a back in there. And I can certainly run it with these HIAs. That's not a problem. Oh, there, those ones, the HIAs. Well, that's... Oh, honestly, it's been chaos today with me setting these wrong cameras. But yes, not a problem. I can get the Cat 70 in. Bear with me just 1 minute whilst I wander around the other side of the room and swap them out. That 70 was a bargain. It cost me, I think it was 40 quid. It's in as new condition. I don't know how I managed it to be such a good price. That's what I did. It's just the right place at the right time. Right, that H1 could come to a stop. Very smooth runner, actually, that H1. It's a very, very... I think it's a very, very primitive mechanism. It's the same as in a lot of backwind steamers. But it runs beautifully. Right, put it on there. Mark 1s. These front two here are Hachette coaches. They're alright, they look like Mark 1s and they're reasonably detailed, but their couplings are rubbish, put it that way. Hybrid Ken says £40 right. Yeah, it was a bargain. It was a real bargain. To be fair, it's either that or I'm just a massive cheapskate, both of which are true. Very rarely do I actually pay more than about £50 to £60 for a used loco. Says a lot about me, doesn't it, really? Well, you probably got a lovely, well, lovely view up my nose when I was taking those coaches off. I forget that the camera's there. Right, 70. Again, this is a very, very nice loco. Very, very detailed. Lots and lots of print work on it. That's facing the wrong way around. But it's quite light. I think it is lighter than their Class 66. The Class 66 is fairly light in comparison to a lot of modern diesels. So it's not the most powerful loco in the world. It's just working. So, to get it round, and then I will open that point for the siding. What I might try and invest in for next week, or next time I do a live stream, it might not be next week. But what I will invest in is a wireless clicker thing, so I can just easily click between cameras remotely. Oh well, I've got a wireless clicker thing, like a laser pen thing, but not on me. And now the wires come out again, so apologies. I need a screwdriver. Doesn't everybody love technical difficulties on a live stream? All I'm doing here is I'm just showing up how bad my writing skills are. 100% proof right here that it's not pre-recorded. A lot of people think it would be anyway, but there you go. Right. Is it going to work? Of course it's not going to work. Ugh. God. I haven't done this very well. Right. Shove it in there. What I've got is I've got a system using chocolate block screw terminals, which sometimes work, a lot of the time they don't. But it's also going the wrong way. So that's fun. Let me go over there and rectify the issue with the points. Probably take out all the wiring I've just repaired with it as well. There we go. Right. Freightliner 70, coupled to limestone wagons, which are dapole wagons as well. They are incredible. They are HIAs. And all I can say is, if you're a fan of super detailed, heavy wagons, these are the wagons for you. Amazing quality, and they weigh an absolute ton. I think it's over 100 grams each, which is pretty impressive. And they're not too expensive either. They're about £30. I paid 26 for these, or most of them, around the £26 mark. I think one of them is 28. There we go. Right. So there we go. Get a decent recording. So I'll run that for a few minutes. And I'm very aware that's not the smoothest food in the world, but it's not dropping too many frames, so that's what we like. I've put on subscribers only mode for the chat, so should get rid of any bots, because I know there are lots of bots going to the live streams on YouTube. And I've got all the community filter settings turned all the way up to the max, but sometimes I get through. I had someone in my comment section. I know I'm not a big channel, but I had someone in my comment section pretending to be me, so that is what you call flattery, I suppose, because, you know, imitation is a sincere form of flattery or something. Anyway, I've just realised we're looking on for an hour now, so I shall bid you goodbye after this. But hopefully I'll see, or maybe I'll see one of you guys at the NEC this weekend. If you do, or if you see me, you know, say hi. And hopefully see some of you always there. And I'll do a video, as I said, it'll probably be next Monday. Or very late Sunday night. Anyway, let me know what if you guys would be interested in seeing some more streams in the future, and if so, what would you like to see on the stream? Because it's all very well doing requests and blathering on about the channel, but you guys might like to see some live unboxings or a review or something, and that might be quite good as well. So if you would be interested in that, let me know. Pop it down in the comments or somewhere, and I will do my best to, I will reply to it, and I'll do my best to act on your feedback in the future. I just realised I'm utterly rubbish with changing these cameras, so if I put it, see everything. And anyway, I suppose, as I said, I've been looking on for an hour. Now it's 6 minutes. I shall bid you all farewell. So thank you very, very much for joining today's stream. It's been lovely to chat to you guys. I'll probably do some more of this in the future because I've been enjoying it. It's been nice to chat to you guys. And hopefully I'll see you all again in either a video or a live stream, whichever comes first. I'll try and get some more videos out, I promise. Anyway, thank you very much for joining today's stream. So, really nice to chat with you guys. See you chat. Maybe I'll see some of you guys at the MC this weekend. I don't, then I'll see you in the video. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon.